What's up, guys? I'm back at you with another video. Hope you guys are doing well, and we're going to catch this at the close here for this video. So, I'm going to take a look at a couple things and see what I've been playing today. I had made a video on SPLK, and it's actually absolutely ripping right now, but I do want to talk about this one just to see what's going on. As of right now, there is bearish divergence. That's just on a 15 minutes, so that don't even matter. But overall, when I made this video last time, I was talking about this heavy resistance up here in this range of 124.78, and I was looking for a pullback to 120.58. And if we did get a pullback and we lost that 120.58, then I was going to be stopped out and was going to be looking for further downside, potentially down in this area. But as we can see, we did get a nice bounce here. So unfortunately, I got stopped out and I didn't get filled on anything down in the low side, because I did end up placing a bid down at this low side. But now that we've had this wick here that shot price up significantly, had this lower high here, and then we had this recent drop right here, that's not really enough data to call for anything. I mean, originally I was kind of looking at it more so, something roughly like this, and was talking about potentially getting a nice squeeze and getting a nice push here soon, but it didn't, or right here, but it didn't end up happening. We can see we just had a very big drop. So that was unfortunate, so I did get stopped out of it. However, we ended up having some pretty significant news here. And because of this news, it blasted us up out of a very, potentially bearish setup. But to me, I've been watching for a bullish setup in this for quite some time here, just based off of, basically the fact that we had this large drop here and we've just been accumulating in this zone here in this channel. And that's what I was talking about in the last video, was SPLK getting a push out of this channel can be a very bullish sign. But if we were to lose some support down in this range, then we're going to be looking for much, much lower prices. And, with this news, it just gave us the boost and momentum that we needed to break through this channel. Now, we don't want to get too faked out or anything like that, because obviously we could draw, well, right now it looks pretty good, but we could almost draw a trend line, from a few of these peaks here, and we could say that, this can still be a bearish pattern, and this could just be a giant, some kind of bull trap going on here, where you have this huge bull flag, or bear flag, right? Huge downward move into it, and then a lot of choppy sideways consolidation that ends up turning into a huge fake out to the downside. And, this news that came out could have just been enough to push us up and trap more people in it. That's one way to look at it from a bearish point of view. But for me, if you guys remember in that last video, what was I talking about? I was talking about if we can pop above and hold above some of this consolidation up here and chop around and actually confirm something or break through this level, we should see a pretty large move. And there's not much resistance here until roughly, around 137 to about as high as this 143, which was my target. So this morning when I woke up, I noticed that pre-market we were trading up in the 125 zones. So, thankfully I already did my TA and I remembered my levels from the last time that we had talked on this channel. And I was saying, and I don't remember exactly, I'm going to find it right now. Must have been something to do with right here. Yeah, roughly in this range. But, my level for me was 120.58. If you go back to that SPLK video, this is exactly the level that I was talking about. And I remembered that. So what I did this morning was I just put a bid for 120.58. And if we actually went down to like a 15-minute time frame, it might not show us because it was like pre and, opening pricing. So I don't even know if this candle was it. Yeah, this candle might have been it right here. But at one point, we did have like a wick down below 120-ish, but to like 119 something. But I got filled on 120.58 here around open. And that's roughly what I ended up playing. So I'm still in this right now. I don't have a super large position, but I am in it at that range because this is a level that I was looking for. So, right now, obviously, it's still just kind of chopping around, but the fact that we're above some of this range, you could pull this down and go as low as right here just because you can see this closing price, but that's a 15-minute, is really 123.92 to 124. So if we can actually kind of hold this area roughly, I'm going to actually put it on this one because this flat bottom right there was really what rejected us right here. This is 123.78 roughly to 124, but in reality, if we can actually confirm this area as support, this could definitely be setting us up for something pretty good. So I just wanted to do a quick little update. I don't have too much to say on it right now. That's all I can say is that I'm going to be buying some of these dips. Even if it does have another drop down into this 120.35 to 120.58 area, I'm going to be scooping those back up again. So, that's what I was talking about last time that I was doing. And then I'll have my stop loss below, somewhere below all of this chop. And I'm going to try it again. So, sometimes that's what it takes. It's just limiting your risk by buying a decent, good support. If it drops below that support, you pretty much know that it's going to head back down, which is what happened over here. If it lost this 119 area, I think I talked about 119-ish. If we lost 119, it was pretty much over for a while. Came back up. It still couldn't really get above again. And then eventually, now we've pumped back above. So, it's still a lot of chop, but because of the news, this could help us push us out. So this is just kind of how I'm playing it right now. We're doing pretty nice, but we're still kind of in this same range. If we brought this yellow line right here up to about those wicks there, that's around 126.18. That's roughly where we're getting rejected right now. This kind of looks like a small rising wedge right now, so it's not like we need to rush in here and grab it. This could be a bull pennant of some sort with a somewhat of it's not really a flat top, but I would just keep an eye on some of this, whether or not we get support in this 124 or not. If we don't, we're going to want to see some kind of support down at this 120.35 to 120.58 get held. And if we can finally confirm support there, this could be where time actually happens. If this comes down and starts confirming here, that's going to be something pretty good. Because we still haven't really, in my opinion, held it as support yet. Not here, not here, resistance here, not here, not here. We could never really confirm it. So, if you're in here like, oh man, we got to get in this thing, personally, I would just sit back, relax a little bit, and just see how price is going to respect some of these levels. Because we might be able to get some of these dips here. And if we can get something like this happening, then that's going to be something to get really bullish about. Or, best case scenario, which I don't really think is going to happen right now. You can see we're kind of rolling over a little on this RSI. The MACD's rolling over a little on an hourly. We're getting a little bit of a spinning top up here. Pretty good, strong sell signal. This could be running out of momentum here pretty soon because this is still a strong resistance. We're not really broken through yet. But I know for sure with the news and with that nice push and the nice volume here, this is going to be on some people's radars now. So, I would just watch some of those levels from the 119 at the lowest to the 120.58. But I'm watching that 120.58, so I'll just continue adding in that. All right, so now I'm going to go back over to, let's see, SARK. This is one that I'm looking at, and this one, it has a very, very nice uptrend going here. So this is why I've been averaging in quite a bit, and I posted a lot on my trading view here about it. But basically, we had this large consolidation that broke to the upside, and it back tested it perfectly, and it went on a huge run. And then since then, it's just pretty much been chopping around down here. So I have two levels here that are marked out. And, this was in my opinion, this was a large, falling wedge of some sort here. And I posted about it on Friday when we finally got the breakout. And we broke out, and then we closed our hourly above. We ripped up to about 47, and then we pulled back here today. And I was talking about it on TradingView how we could be confirming a breakout here. Now, we do have a lot of resistance up here at this 47 that's been holding us up. If we even just put this line right here across all of these candle bodies, we can see wicks, multiple wicks coming up above this line, but we can't seem to close any bodies above. At one point when we did rip up here, we did close some bodies above. When we came back to backtest it, we completely failed. So this is going to be a key area because it's failed twice, maybe even a few times, twice. And this is what is going to be the next bullish move for this, is if we can actually close. This line is 46.36. Now price is getting above it, but we need to see some candles close above and some kind of confirmation above that it's actually holding. Because you can see here, even on the hourly, we closed an hourly, the next one was red, we dumped. We closed an hourly, the next one was red, we dumped. You could even probably go over to, like, let's see if a 2 hour would confirm it. Nope. Let's go to a 4 hour. A 4 hour, even the 4 hour wasn't really confirming it, honestly, but it would be nice to see. But in reality, even if you don't go by that, a daily is probably going to be something, or a weekly. I don't know. With this specific level, we can see it's a little bit choppy. So it's really hard to say for sure right now. It's definitely choppy. But really, ideally, this is what I'm going to talk about because I wasn't really looking into that, so I'm not prepared for the perfect explanation on that specific level. But I would like to see some confirmed support above this 46.33-ish area. Because we can see only wicks right now, and we want to see some kind of confirmation above it. But what we can see is that with my post this morning, originally we were bouncing off 45.26 multiple times. So I was buying that level this morning, and I was saying if we did lose it, because we did wick onto it about 5 or 6 times, and I figured, you know what, we're not making much progress to the upside, we're just bouncing off this level, we're probably going to lose it. And we were about right here between these two candles this morning. And when we ended up losing it, my next support here was 44.83, which was something I had mapped out previously when I was getting into the trade. Originally was right here at 44.83. At the break of this, I entered in this candle on a 15-minute time frame when we closed above. And we ended up coming back and back testing it, so I put more buys right here. So I'm really averaging in right around 45 bucks right now in this thing. Now, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to try to get into it quicker. But, this thing can definitely turn into an M pattern right here. If we did want to get rejected, we might end up coming lower. This is really all going to come down to whether or not ARKK is going to have a bullish or bearish continuation here on what it's doing, because this is the inverse to that. But this does kind of look like either, a small inverse head and shoulders, not as beautiful. Maybe a cup and handle with this as the breakout right here. If we can confirm this neckline, this could be a nice cup and handle breakout here that we could be watching. So usually you want to trade the neckline break of a cup and handle, and then your target would be basically like something like this. So if we took this as the breakout, this next target right here would be 49, roughly 49.36, 49.40 as the potential next breakout. So I'd be watching personally 44.83, 45.26 as support. And if we did make like an M pattern here, and we actually did break down, you're pretty much looking at like a target of the M, which if we did break, you'd be looking way back down here, but then I'd be getting stopped out. That wouldn't work out for me. So this is pretty much where I'm at with SARKK. And if we just look up really quickly, because I only got about 40 seconds left here, let me look at ARKK if I can get a, where are we? Shit, oh, no, that's not it. I'm going to run out of time. ARKK. Let's just look at what ARKK is doing here. So in my opinion, in my view, I have 30 seconds here to get this out of here. On the hourly, we can see that this was this is the whole trend. It's been nothing but down. Each time it makes one of these symmetrical triangles, it dips further and further. And in my view, we made another one of those symmetrical triangles here, and we have broken down from it. And recently, we came back up. We back tested this as resistance at the same time as SARK was back testing that pattern and confirming it. This could be trying to make a